Have you ever wondered how two people with the exact same job and salary can end up in wildly different financial situations? Let me tell you about two friends, Marcus and Julian. They both started their careers together, earning the same paycheck, with the same opportunities. But fast forward to today, and their lives couldn't be more different. Julian is still grinding away at his 9-to-5 job, while Marcus retired comfortably at 40. So, what happened? What was the secret that created this massive gap in their fortunes? It wasn't about who earned more. It was about how they thought about money and, more importantly, how they thought about risk. Julian was what you might call a traditional saver. He believed the safest place for his money was in a savings account. He saw the stock market as a casino, a place where you could lose everything in an instant. So, he diligently put his money away, watching his account balance grow little by little. He felt secure, believing his money was protected. But what he didn't realize was that his safe box was actually leaking. Think about it this way. If your savings account gives you a 1% interest rate, but inflation, the rate at which prices for goods and services rises at 3%, you're not actually gaining money. You're losing 2% of your purchasing power every single year. Your money is slowly but surely becoming less valuable. While Julian thought he was avoiding risk, he was actually guaranteeing a loss. He was playing not to lose, but in the game of wealth, that often means you can't win. Now, let's look at Marcus. He had a completely different mindset. He understood that true financial risk wasn't about market fluctuations, it was about standing still and letting inflation eat away at his future. So, he adopted a simple yet powerful strategy. The 90/10 rule. He put 90% of his investment capital into low-cost index funds. These funds track the overall market, like the S&P 500, essentially letting him bet on the long-term growth of the global economy. This was his solid, reliable foundation. It wasn't flashy, but it was a proven way to build wealth steadily over time, far outpacing inflation. But here's where it gets interesting. Marcus took the remaining 10% of his investment money and aimed for the moon. This was his moonshot portfolio. He invested this small portion in high-risk, high-reward assets. Think of things like individual tech stocks, emerging industries, or even cryptocurrencies. He knew that most of these might not pan out, but he also knew that if just one of them took off, the returns could be astronomical, completely transforming his financial future. This balanced approach allowed him to build a strong, secure base while still giving himself a shot at explosive growth. He managed his risk intelligently. In the end, Julian's fear of losing kept him from winning. Marcus, on the other hand, understood that the biggest risk of all is the risk of doing nothing. He wasn't a reckless gambler. He was a calculated strategist. So, this brings up a question for all of us. Which path are you on? Are you the cautious saver, watching your wealth slowly erode? Or are you the strategist, building a foundation for security while reaching for something greater? Your answer could define your financial future. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think, hit that subscribe button for more insights on building real wealth. See you in the next video.